Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel SS Analysis. First of all, I would like to tell you that if you are watching this video first time, subscribe my channel to see my more upcoming videos on analysis of different commodities and equity indices. And second important thing is to watch this video till its end to understand this story to take your decision. Your one like will motivate me to be regular in working more hard for you. So let us start the day to analyze the movements of S&P 500 futures in a monthly time frame first. So here you can see a monthly chart of S&P 500 futures. Here you can see that how the S&P 500 futures started an upward journey from March 2009, and since this journey continued where we have seen the S&P 500 futures to test the highs of 3590, from where we have seen a sharp fall from these levels, and finally during the month of October 2020 we have seen the formation of an exhaustive candle in a monthly time frame. Here I find that this exhaustive candle could result in a sharp fall during the months ahead, because during the month of November 2020 we are going to have the final results of US presidential elections, which could impact the economic equations in a very decisive manner. Here I find that if the S&P 500 futures are not able to defend the immediate support at the levels of 3181 during the upcoming week, we'll see the S&P 500 futures to see a sharp downward move from these levels, where the next support could be seen at the levels of 3090. Friends, here I find that this exhaustive candle could result in a sharp downward move, as we have already seen the impact of an exhaustive candle in a monthly time frame during the month of January 2020. Here you can see that this formation of an exhaustive candle resulted in a sharp fall in the S&P 500 futures when the S&P 500 futures tested the lows of 2301 on March 23rd. So friends, here you can see that the formation of an exhaustive candle during the month of October seems to be much bigger than this exhaustive candle which we have seen during the month of January, because this time the whole world has been going through the denting impact of coronavirus cases on the global economy. I find that this may continue during the upcoming months, where I find that we may see a sharp fall in the S&P 500 futures which could be much bigger than the fall what we have seen during the month of March. Friends, here I find that this time the S&P 500 futures could see a sharp downward move up to the lows of 2174 during the upcoming months. So friends, this is a monthly chart, so don't confuse this with a daily or a weekly chart. So now let us check this move in a weekly time frame. Friends, here you can see that how the S&P 500 futures have formed a very bearish formation in a weekly time frame. Here you can see that after testing the highs of 3540, the S&P 500 futures formed this first exhaustive candle during this week, and now this exhaustion has been confirmed. So here you can see that a reversal seen in S&P 500 futures from the lows of 3225 on last Friday looks not enough to keep this uptrend intact, because here I find that the S&P 500 futures have seen some recovery from the lower levels, but here I find that a gap down opening below the levels of 3261 on the first trading session of the upcoming week will keep this downward trend intact during the upcoming week, where I find that the immediate support can be seen at the levels of 3181. But if the S&P 500 futures are not able to defend this support during the upcoming week, we will see the S&P 500 futures could continue this downward trend up to the levels of 2998. So friends, here I find that this fall could be steeper than the earlier falls. What we have seen during the month of March could be repeated during the month of November, because this formation looks evident enough for the repetition of March during the month of November. So friends, now let us check this move in a daily time frame. So here you can see a daily chart of S&P 500 futures, where I find that the S&P 500 futures have been maintaining an uptrend amid the upper end of of this uptrend zone, but here you can see that during the last few trading sessions, the S&P 500 futures, after testing the highs of 3543, the S&P 500 futures have formed lower lows, lower highs during the last few trading sessions and continued this downward trend up to last Friday, where the S&P 500 futures have tested the lows of 3225 and finally closed the week at 3278, which looks evident enough for a breakdown move during the upcoming week. Here I find that a gap down opening on the first trading session of the upcoming week below the levels of 3227 will result in a sharp downward move up to the levels of 3120. Here the 200 days moving average could provide some support in the daily time frame, where we could see some rally in the S&P 500 futures. But once again, here I find that the levels of 3261 will be the immediate resistance for S&P 500 futures in case of a bounce back from these lows during the upcoming week. So here I find that the S&P 500 futures continue this downward trend during the month of November, where the S&P 500 futures could test the levels of 2709 before the closing of November, because here I find that the levels of 2709 seems to be a strong support for S&P 500 futures. In case of a sharp downward move, we could see some bounce back from these levels. So friends, now I find that from where the S&P 500 futures formed some recovery on last Friday seems to be quite supportive for S&P 500 futures, but here I find that only an opening above the levels of 3283 on the first trading session could be supportive for S&P 500 futures during this downward trend, where the immediate resistance could be seen at the 50 days moving average, which is currently at the levels of 3304, and the next resistance could be seen at the levels of 3398, from where once again the S&P 500 futures could find sharp sell-off. If the S&P 500 futures try to move upward, you will see the S&P 500 futures will find a sharp sell-off from these levels, but I find that the overall trend may remain very bearish during the upcoming week, where the S&P 500 futures could start the week with a gap down opening, where the immediate support could be seen at the levels of 3181 and the next support could be seen at the levels of 3120, where the 200 days moving average could provide some support. So thank you friends, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, don't forget to share this video with your more and more friends. Thank you.